several times this year. He always wants that extra, and today he did not get it. There you see one of our in-car cameras in the Arrows, in this case, aboard Alex Caffey's car. We will also have onboard cameras in the McLaren cars, in the LaRousse cars, and as well on the Ferraris. So we should have plenty of onboard pictures to offer you. There you see Ayrton Senna leading the field down as they continue to warm tires. He will pull off to the left of your screen. Alain Prost behind him will pull over to the right.
That gives you an idea of just how steep that hill is as it come up over that brow. This is the main uphill straight with this very, very fast top gear left-hand flick. And at the end of that, they go back on the full throttle again and come into this very, very tight chicane, which is the one thing that probably spoils this circuit more than anything. This is where the accident happened last year, and it's very, very tight, narrow, and extremely bumpy.
There are so many ironies at this racetrack. This is where Honda develops the Formula One engines that have dominated the series. It was on this racetrack 2 years ago that Ayrton Senna won his first world championship. And on this racetrack last year, he lost it to Alain Prost under the most controversial circumstances. And of course, perhaps most ironic of all, Sandro Nannini, the man who won this race after that Senna-Prost collision last year, is not here. After suffering serious injuries, he is in a hospital, non-racing injuries, I should point out. He is in a hospital in Italy, and his place has been taken by Roberto Moreno. Benetton hoping to repeat as defending winners in this race. There is Senna. There is Prost, the two protagonists in the drama to come. And as has become a tradition, we will let you call the first lap of this Grand Prix race. As the cars begin to file into their positions, on the left, the dirty line is Senna with Mansell just behind him. On the right will be Prost with Gerhard Berger right behind him. So plan to turn up the volume on your sets. Unless there is an incident, we will allow you to call the first lap. Get a good dose of the sights and the sounds of Formula One motor racing.
And of course the Ferraris were fastest in warm-up this morning, so they'll be looking for a repeat of that this afternoon, which of course is when it really counts.
Safety cars pulling up to the back of the field. They will circle the first lap behind the field in case of an accident and then pull off and let the race unfold. So prepare to turn up the volume and sit back for what should be a great auto race. Collision. Senna has been hit. Alain Prost and Ayrton Senna have come together again, and they are both off the racetrack. This is unbelievable.
Last year, the last lap of Japan. This year, first corner, first lap. The two top men in Formula One racing at the moment run into each other, take each other out of the race. This championship, is going to go down to the final event in Adelaide.
No, I'm afraid it will not, David. By not scoring points,
Senna has won.
Ayrton Senna has won the World Championship. And what an irony to top all the ironies in this race. Last year, the collision gave the championship to Prost. This year, a collision between the same two men gives the title to Senna. I just cannot believe it. Oh, and what a disappointment it must be for this incredible crowd of Japanese fans and for all the Formula One fans around the world who wanted to see these two men duke it out. There is your leader at this moment, Gerhard Berger.
So just not to mislead you, Ayrton Senna is the new world champion as a result of that first lap crash. We don't know yet whether we're going to see a red flag. We haven't seen any yet, so it looks as if the race is going to continue.
No indication there from the flag stand. Our pictures being provided by Fuji TV, who are also the sponsors of this race.
The second Benetton today being driven by Roberto Moreno, who in fact qualified 9th yesterday afternoon. A sterling effort in only his first time. Here we see the start again.
Senna to the left, Prost to the right. Prost cleanly takes the start, but watch Senna juke to the left of your screen. Tries to take Prost at the first corner. I thought they were going to make it, but it was just too close. The rear wing comes off the Ferrari. The nose comes off the McLaren. And the two great... And now Berger is off. This is live action, and Berger has gone off.
Berger's gone off at the same place. He's just a little bit past. This is turn 2 here. Berger's gone off on that, and he's stuck and out of the race as well. There you see the other two cars in the top left-hand picture. What a black day for McLaren. Ron Dennis owner and manager of McLaren will just be wondering what on earth has happened.
The drivers have been complaining to a man this weekend that this racetrack is very slick. And if I were one of those corner workers, I'd keep a sharp eye out at that corner there on the outside of that corner. That could be very dangerous.
Mansell here under real pressure from Nelson Piquet in the Benetton Ford. And Roberto Marino hanging right in there. Poor old Roberto, hardly qualified for any races this year, driving his Eurobrun with the poor accident that happened to poor old Nannini. Given his chance in the Benetton at the moment, doing extremely well with it.
It is Mansell, Piquet, Moreno, and then one of the Williams cars.
In fact, which one of those Benettons is in second place?
There were many concerns about Moreno's fitness for completing a Grand Prix distance. Driving for Colonia a year ago, and this year with Eurobrun, he has not made many fields, and he has not driven a complete race in several years.
Yeah, that is
Piquet second, then Moreno, then Boutsen, then Patrese, Derek Warwick in the Lotus. That might be Johnny Herbert. At this point, our electronic timing and scoring system is not functioning, so we'll identify the cars as best we can by picking out driver helmets. Mansell again in the Ferrari opens up a bit of a lead now as he crosses the start-finish line. And then a great train of cars led by the Benettons, the Williams cars. There goes a Lotus doing really well. We don't expect to see a Lotus running that high.
The track has been extremely slippery all weekend, and Friday saw many incidents, including one that happened to Jean Alesi. Jean Alesi is not running in the field today. He's perfectly okay, but he just got a severely tweaked leg in this accident on Friday. Didn't qualify yesterday afternoon and is not running today.
His neck bothering him as well. There you see on the left Steve Nichols, the American chief engineer for Ferrari. On the right was Cesare Fiorio, who runs the team. Mansell, Piquet, Moreno, Boutsen, Patrese, and Derek Warwick. As Alain Prost and Ayrton Senna walk back to the pits, and over 1,000 media members who will want to know what happened at